My name is Jordan Montgomery Lewis. I am running for Civil District Judge in Dallas County, the 162nd Judicial District Court of Texas. My opponent, who currently is on the bench, is Judge Marisol Moore. When I went to the ballots in 2018, I was concerned to see that for approximately a dozen judicial races, that the reason that I was concerned is that as a lawyer, having practiced in Dallas County, I had heard of various people, individuals that I knew, and lawyers, saying that they had had disappointing experiences in the court. And I knew that it's very difficult to be in a courtroom to begin with. There's all of these rules, it's a foreign environment, and there is a certainty that some harm could come to you, through legal means. And a lot of times when people go to court, they're there with a lawyer that they've paid a lot of money for. They may have saved their life savings. They may have had money that they had set aside for something that was going to be meaningful for them, whether it was their child's wedding or their first business or their retirement. No one has extra money to be brought into court and dragged through the mud and risk everything in their life because of it. And so they only hire a lawyer because they need a lawyer, because it's a last resort, if you will. It's an acknowledgement that this is something that I'm afraid I can't do myself. I went into law because I felt that people needed an advocate, that they needed someone who would see them rightly and that would do everything that they could to advocate for them, and would acknowledge that they're a human being and that it costs them something, that every hour that I spent working on their behalf cost them a lot of money. It was meaningful, and I needed to put my best into it, that I needed to wrestle well with their problems and seek justice for them and counsel them if they weren't trying to seek justice. To remonstrate is the term that we use in law school, to try to teach them, hey, what you're asking for isn't right, actually, and I want to save you time and money, and I want to work with you to try to do the right thing in this opportunity. And so in 2018, when I saw this situation, I saw that there was no lawyer that I knew who was willing to run in these races. There was no lawyer from the conservative side or from the Christian side, or as far as I knew, at least, who was willing to challenge these courts. I was disappointed, and so I set about a mission to try to find people to step up, great judicial candidates to step up. And eventually I learned that the people who are qualified, people whom I would prefer to be in these positions, were unwilling to pursue it for a lot of different reasons. And one of them was fear. One was the fear of reprisal, that their clients or their practices would suffer if they took a stance against these entrenched judges. And I'm not here to bash my opponent in this race, but I'm trying to tell you the environment in which I decided to run. And so as I set upon that mission, it became impressed upon me as the time drew to an end to make the choice that I couldn't allow a seat to go uncontested. I was qualified. I lived in this county. My family was here. My community was here. My neighbors, my friends. And I needed to at least do everything that I could, as long as it depended on me, to step up and to make that stand myself. That's why my campaign has been about making a stand for Dallas County. If you live in Dallas County, you'll have a chance to see all of the civil district judge races on your ballot. So you'll see me on your ballot if you live in Dallas County, no matter what city you're in. It doesn't matter if you're in parts of Carrollton or Sunnyvale or Irving or whatever it is. That's 2.5+ million people. And this is a bottom, race. This isn't the presidency or even the state house or any of that. This is something that a lot of people don't think about, but it's a limited community of people. There's only maybe 20,000 lawyers who actually live in Dallas County who are qualified to run. And so if I didn't run, no one was going to run. I made sure of that, because I might not have run. But I have served in a court. I clerked for a federal judge before beginning my private practice. And I got to see a I got to work with a judge whom I highly admire, who always looked at each human being as who they were before God, and then looked at their laws looked at their rights under the Constitution, did everything under his power, did not be swayed by movements, money, influence, anything that might weigh upon the balances of justice. And where the law allowed him, where it gave him the opportunity to exercise discretion, he exercised it well. And his faith guided him in those matters of discretion. And so my model would be to do the same, to serve for my friends, neighbors, and for my community. And that's why I'm running this year. And I hope that you would come check out my website, Lewis4Dallas.com. Find me on Twitter, JMLewis4Dallas, and find out about me, support my campaign. But vote for me and vote for people who are going to protect your rights and who are going to fight for you this year. Thank you.